All my successful lions out there. I'm back. What's good with y'all, man? How y'all doing, man? How y'all living? I hope everybody's good. All considering, the world is kind of in shambles right now, but positivity is the way to go. Um, it's been some weeks, I don't know, 2, 3 weeks maybe since I've been last live or whatever and gave y'all some game. I believe the last one was the weight loss journey of myself and I lost 160 pounds over the last 6 years or so, and you can add another 5 pounds to that since we last spoke. Yep, I'm 200 pounds now, and like I told you guys in that post, my goal is 188, 190, keeping that frame of like 190 to 196, 188 to 196. All right, and that's what I'm doing, and it's been remarkable. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm marathon ready, but I can run like 5 to 7 miles straight, without stopping. Um, I'm leaner than ever. I can see my ribs. I can see my, my 4-pack and stuff starting to develop because of the hard work. And, a lot of great compliments when I'm out with people that haven't seen me in a while. And yeah, man, skin is looking good, as y'all can see. Um, you know, sober, eyes white, and everything, man. Just a totally, transition. And that's what life is about. Redeveloping yourself, and just not giving up. And that's what my channel is about, not giving up. My channel is the demographic for young men, 15 and upwards. You know what I mean? If I can help through my testimony, and I love it. You know what I mean? But yeah, don't get too used to me every week, because what I notice and what I want to most importantly say is I have a life. You know what I mean? Not that you guys are not important, and I don't want to. Sometimes I'd be places and I'd be like, should I do a video? I have a lot of content up right now that I want new subscribers to get caught up on. You know what I mean? If you're a new subscriber, go back to the first video, work your way up into my last video. Don't just start with the last video, and then that's it. And that's a lot of people's mind frame. People will click on what they want to click on, and then they won't binge watch your videos. I want all my new subscribers, if you're a subscriber of this channel, Successful Lion, I want you to binge watch everything that I've been dropping so far. So that'll get you caught up, and when it's time for me to drop another video, it'll be that much better, and the standpoint where I'm coming from, and it's not just brand new, because you can see every post I try to give more game and something new, because in my life, and I'm sure everybody's life, something new is happening every day, and I want to come back fresh and things like that. And of course, I just celebrated my birthday last week, so I've been on vacation. Don't really have a tan, but I've been out in the sun. My arms is kind of burnt. You can see that a little bit. Doing things that I love to do. Didn't travel or anything. Kept it kind of local in between, Massachusetts and Connecticut and the Cape. There's plenty of things to do. Went fishing. It was a great time. And this is like one of my first summers, not just, birthday, but one of my first summers I didn't, catch a flight somewhere. And it's kind of getting used to it, I guess. This is the first year that I haven't caught a flight anywhere, and I've been kind of local because of the virus and everything that's going on. Got to stay safe. So it's kind of getting, you have to get get used to it or whatever. So I've been enjoying, things that's just in my backyard and enjoying just, running, clearing my mind, getting my mind, my soul, my body right, eating healthy foods and healthy conversation with people and reading and getting, continue to, get my finances in order, my businesses in order. And a lot of people have been off, during this virus. I'm sorry if you lost your job and situations like that. But in my line of business, I've been very busy. So I've enjoyed being off these last 20 days or so. Yeah, man, still my sleep pattern is still get up early, man, run. I like watching the sunrise, and go back out later on in the day and ride my bike and watch the sunset, man, and it's beautiful, and read a book, read my Bible, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? These are stuff. I point out these things because these are stuff that are free to you. You know what I mean? Yeah, the book might have cost something, but the only thing you're spending is time, and at the same time you're getting healthy, whether it's physical and mental and spiritual. All at once, by doing these couple things. And I'll show you. Of course, I keep my Bible, keep a book with me, and of course, we in the big thing. Nothing new, nothing major. Like I say, it just is what it is. I do, I'm happy with what I do. Some people say, hey, you're successful, blah, blah, blah. I don't try to boost myself up like that. I just know I have levels and levels of goals that I'm accomplishing, and I'm not trying to get too ahead of myself. There's a lot more things I want to get done, even while this virus is going on, and you got to keep going too. You can't let nothing stand in your way, even through pandemics, through money loss, money gain, relationship loss, and me. Of course, you want to mourn if you lost anybody. Everybody mourns in their own way. But me, I don't know if it's because I've been dealing with death since a young age, and not just death, like people who have gotten killed. That's is like totally two different things. And what I realize is life is death and death is life. Me personally, I don't feel people die. They just leave this body that we're in, and Lord willing, we'll meet up with them again, in spirit. You know what I mean? Or in a different body, and you still have your subconscious that will remember. You know what I mean? So I don't. Of course, getting murdered is a horrible way to go out. But death, on the other hand, of old age or complications, I'm more of a person where it's God's will, you know what I mean? And at least that person doesn't have to suffer anymore, you know what I mean? And before I was kind of more selfish if I lose someone, you know what I mean? I would some type of way blame myself or blame God or ask why or, set myself back, be in a rut, be in a depression. And now, since I really found God and found myself, I don't feel that way anymore. You know what I mean? Everything is God's plan. And that's just how I feel about it. And hopefully that person was righteous and was trying to change or had a heart and, sometimes, we, coming from the streets, you deal with, wickedness out here and you're just trying to survive and stuff like that. And, you got to do what you got to do. And, behind closed doors, like I did, I repented, I prayed, and it wasn't for people to know this, It was my relationship with God, and that's what's important, And I say that to say this: if you saw that book, of course, that was the Bible, and it's called From Niggas to Gods, which is a great read, man. It's very deep, and I've been learning a lot about, reading that book. It's about 200 and something pages. I'm like halfway in. I read a lot on vacation, and it's a very great read. I believe the author's name is Andre too, like mine. Not to toot my horn, but yeah, I believe this is part 1, and there's a part 2 that he recently came out with. I believe in the last 2-3 years. So it's worth picking up. I just gotta say that. I'm not doing a book today. I just want to get back, recap, and I want to drop some science on you guys today that is called secret supporters. And I've been thinking about this the whole time while I was on vacation. And one, I watched an interview the other day, which even boosted me up more to come back and say this, do this type of video called Silent Supporters. And what I mean by silent supporters is that you might have a group of friends, family, people you grew up with, people that you're down with, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, and they're not really, they don't really support you like that. They don't really support you like that, They kind of how can I say? What's the best way to say this without? They kind of watch what you do, and don't support. Like I told you guys, I think the first or second video. Nobody's gonna support your dream more than you. You know what I mean? And I say that because I watched a video this last couple days. Sorry if I pronounce it wrong. I believe it's Pac-Man the Gunman, the Gunner Man. He was down with Nipsey Hussle, one of his comrades. He was on his label. He was an artist, and they come from the same neighborhood. And he was talking about how he had some shirts. Well, yeah, shirts, some merch when he was, broke and everything. And he put his last, instead of being out on the streets hustling, doing bad, he invested his last in some merch and some shirts instead of being out on the streets hustling, drugs or whatnot. And none of his friends would purchase his $25 shirt. And he went to Nip and said, hey, would you mind purchasing my shirt? And Nip saw his hustle and saw his legal hustle and said, yeah, I'm going to get $1,000 worth. Which, this is why I love, people like Nipsey and artists like that. This actually changed this guy's life because he was broke. He spent his last, he didn't say a dollar amount, but he said his very last. And all the homies he's out here with, shooting, gang banging, clubbing, getting high with, doing licks with, would not support him, in that manner. You know what I mean? Which is a shame, man. Which is a damn shame. Which is one of the reasons why people have so much envy and jealousy when you make it, but you don't owe them people anything, is what I'm trying to say. It's up to you and your heart. If you come back and be like, you wasn't supporting me, you know what I mean? And now that I'm on, you think I owe you something, but all these years I've been grinding, saving scraps, traveling here, losing sleep, cutting this out, cutting that out, sacrificing, and you never supported me. But now that I'm at a particular level, I'm supposed to drop everything and support you. Now, people who have a heart, people who say, you know what, even though you don't owe this person anything, you got it. So you might do that one time, here you go, I got you, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? But it's like, it never fails. It's like the one time, you can say yes 1,000 times, but the one time you say no, you see where that friendship or relationship goes. And this is what I wanted to tell people is don't stop your dream. There's going to be, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your baby mother, your baby daddy, your kids. Nobody's going to support your dream or your goals more than you. You can't get lax and be like, and get mad, because these people don't support your dream or goal. You got to keep going. You got to believe in it. You know what I mean? If school and getting your master's, if that's what you want to do, you got to go for it. If opening up a business, nobody support you, you got to go for it. You know what I mean? If it's, I don't support this industry anymore, but if it's music or entertainment and you feel it's a positive light for you, don't take my word, you go for it. You know what I mean? But I don't feel there's any light in that industry anymore, especially after everything that I've researched and I've found out. But you got to go for it. And I give you, I was in that industry and a lot of friends or family didn't support me. But there were silent supporters. That's what I say. Like, like closet supporters. Yes, They'll listen, they'll watch, they'll, stuff like that, but they won't go above their means to support me. They won't share my content, like my content, comment on my content, buy my content. They might come across someone who I can network with and won't bring me up. You know what I mean? And I just used to sit back like, damn. It's like, because if I get on, I'm bringing everybody. You know what I mean? And that's how you feel. And you just be like, damn. But you know what? You have to get your own fans. And this week, like 3 days ago or so, I'm still getting residuals from old content and old projects of music that I put out. And it feels good because those are my true fans. I haven't put out a project since 2012, 2013. 2013. So that's 7, almost 8 years ago. And I still get about 3 to 4 checks every year from fans purchasing my music, downloading my music, ringtones of my music, etc. I get messages still, of people supporting me. And it's nobody really in my inner circle that's doing that. Why? Because they grew up with you. They don't really see the talent in you. They see you as however they see you, as the little kid, the little snotty-nosed kid that was running around, the troublemaking kid, the whatever, the kid I babysitted, whatever, however minuscule they look at you, that's the light that they're going to forever see you in. They don't see you as a grown adult that's sacrificing and grinding and having a fan base and doing well for himself or herself. They don't see that. You know what I mean? They see you as the most diminishing light that there is, and this is just the mindset of some people, which is okay. You got to build up your own fan base. You got to keep going. You got to be your number one fan of your fan club, first and foremost, and keep going. Don't ever give up, don't never give up, whatever it is. Don't look at people sideways and have ill will towards certain people because they're not following your goal. Nobody's gonna believe in you except you and the Lord. Excuse me. And once you figure that out, nothing will stop you. You know what I mean? So keep in prayer. Excuse me. Keep in prayer, man, and grind. Sometimes you gotta forget about sleep. Sometimes you gotta forget about, playing video games. Sometimes you gotta forget about, unfortunately, if you have a significant other, hey, you know what, shorty, I'm not being apologetic, but I gotta do what I gotta do for my career. And if you with me, you with me. If you ain't, you saw what you saw in me, and this is what it is. I'm a grinder. I'm a hard worker. I got a lot of goals, and I hope you be there for me, and you will eventually reap the benefits as well. But if you're just gonna be nagging, I gotta cut you loose. That's just how it gotta be. But as I say about this time, once again, I appreciate all my supporters, all the fans. I love y'all. But as I say about this time, stay up, stay shining, stay smiling, and shine on them, man. Shine on them. Don't ever give up. Silent supporters, we need them. Peace. Until next time.